I just returned from my 4.6-mile power walk. On the way back home, I stopped and got this. I tried this the other day. Salted caramel latte. It's quite delectable, and I thought, you know what? Caramel coffee, pure Arabica coffee, and real seeds. What do you think will taste delicious in this? None other than this that I bought and drank half of, not even half of, the day that guy massaged me at the beach, and then didn't. Should I brush him? Oh, I actually have this. That's your old self, huh, Omar? Anyway, this I bought the day that I met that guy at the beach, you know, because being massaged by him and pretending he's my boyfriend and then having him only stay a half hour longer when I thought he would stay longer than that, you know. Paid him $100. He said he had to go to work. He had kind of falsely led me to believe he'd stay longer, because he met me at 12 and he had said I'd have to be on the road by 2, and then he only stayed till 1:30, and I barely got him to do that. He wanted to leave right afterwards. I'm like, fuck, I didn't pay $100 to only have an hour, you know, so I didn't want to get a regular escort, because I figured a regular guy from Craigslist or whatnot would, you know, want to stay longer with this, you know. And I'm sure that guy did. He had to go to work, he said, and whatever, you know. It just reminded me how, because it was all pretend, he wasn't my boyfriend, you know. But anyway, I returned from my 4.6-mile power walk. And at some time, before I go to my musician exes, I bought it now, probably sometime this coming week or something, I'm going to put this vodka in this and see a movie by myself while I'm drunk. I feel like it. Oh, and like I said in the other video, when I do fly to my musician ex's home, you know, my musician ex lives out of state. When I fly out of state to visit him for a month or two, escape from everything. If I'm selected at random to go through one of those full-body scanners, not only am I going to opt out of going through one of those full-body scanners, but also I'm going to, you know, elect for the, you know, opt for the pat down and tell them, you know what, I'm not going through that full-body scanner. You want to pat me down, you do it right here in front of everyone and give them a free fucking show. I won't say fucking, of course. Just saying that in the video. But, you know, I'm not even going to go in the back room. I'll let them do it right there in front of me. But no way am I going through one of those full-body scanners. Okay? No way. And it has less to do with the radiation and more to do with the principle of the thing you know, that I stand for. My musician ex wanted me to take the train. I don't want to take the train. It takes too damn long compared to flying. I just won't go through the full-body scanner, that's all. I'll opt for the pat-down. And I'll make them do it right in front of everyone so they can't try anything funny, as I've read horror stories on the internet. I'm not saying everybody's like that, any more than all policemen are jerks, you know. But there was one in California, you know, who beat that homeless guy to death, and then later, I can't remember the guy's name now, I'm so upset. I have videos on that too, but they're on private because they're very anger-filled. You know, they beat that homeless guy to death, and then later found out, you know, they just thought he was nothing and no one would ever care, and it turned out his father was an ex-chief of police, so, you know, they didn't get away with it like they thought they would if he was just some schmuck, some, you know, whatever. They beat him to death. They continued to beat him when he was crying out for his father. Oh yeah, he was in danger. You know, He was really, he was really a danger to them. They continued to beat him to death while he was crying out for his father. He was no danger to anybody, okay? They were sick fucks. But I'm just saying, all policemen aren't bad, and all TSA officials aren't bad, and whatever. But, like I said, just to make a point, make a stand, not only will I opt for the pat-down over going through the full-body scanner like a little sheeple, I'm going to let them do it right out in public. Oh, and I'm going to be wearing them when I go to musician access, little shorts and little top, whatever. I'm hoping I'm not selected at random. I really am. I don't want to be selected at random, believe me. But if I am, I will make a stand and I will have them pat me down right in front of everyone. I will not go to a private back room. Okay? I'm sick of everything. I'm fucking sick of everything, people. Everything. Everything. Every time I turn around, my mom's pushing my buttons. Because she brings things up with me that are going to push my buttons, you know? Well, I talked to my social worker today, Laura. You know, I told her about that power of attorney that Marion has over me and blah, blah. And she says to me, well, would you like to sit down with a lawyer and Marion and me, Samantha? And I was like, no, I'm afraid of my sister. I don't want to do that. That should have been a red fucking flag if this woman was not incompetent, people, okay? And I tell her so. And then my mom was saying, and my mom said to her, you know, do you want to talk to Laura? No. As far as I'm concerned, she's incompetent and not doing her job. Period. Incompetent and not doing her job. Shouldn't that be a red flag? This woman, who is your client, who has suffered from schizophrenia for half her life, sits there and tells you she's afraid of the person, the human being, her half-sister, who has power of attorney over her. Okay? My mother sits there and tells her social worker that, and no red flag, nothing, no offer, well, you know, Samantha, you can meet with a lawyer alone, nothing. You know what the social worker said? I'll talk to your counselor. My mom's not going to bring this up with anyone. She fears they're going to run and tell Mary. You know what I mean? She doesn't want to meet with Mary. And this is a case of elder abuse and my aunt manipulating and pulling the wool over my mom's eyes and whatnot. And her social worker is no help. So I'm gonna leave her a message. What do I care? Seriously. She doesn't want to talk to me. I'm going to give her a piece of my mind. I'll be like, you know, you don't want to talk to me. I'm the one who knows, unfortunately, sadly, knows more about this whole entire thing than my own mother does, okay? My own mother who Marion never even gave my mother a copy of the goddamn durable power of attorney that Marion has had over my mother for going on 13 years now, okay? I can't believe my mom brings this up finally with her social worker, and that's what her social worker says. Well, we could sit down with Marion and me and a lawyer. Do you want to do that, Samantha? No, I'm afraid of my sister. I don't want to. And she gives no alternatives. No, well, you know, you have options, Samantha. You can meet with a lawyer alone. Nothing. She's useless, and I'm going to tell her so. Okay? I'm going to tell her so in a message. I'm going to be very succinct. I'm not going to say you're a useless piece of, I'm going to say that should be a red flag to you. My mother brings this up with you. Say she's afraid of the person who has power of attorney over her, and that's not a red flag for you. Combined, it should be definitely a red flag combined with the two messages I left you this past February raising the same concerns my mom raised with you, just more, my mom's more tentative, and I was more assertive. What the fuck, people? Seriously. I just don't fucking care anymore. Don't blame me for this. You can't. Seriously. Every time I turn around, it's something new that's triggering me. I just want to get away from everybody, everything. Unfortunately, including my mother, and especially my cunt of an Aunt Marion. And I'm going to say that to the social worker, too. And then I'm going to say, I'm a college honors graduate who majored in English and minored in philosophy. I didn't ride the special bus, okay? And I know more about all of this than even, sadly, my own mother does. But you don't want to talk to me. That's not her doing her job, people. She's not doing her job. My shoulder friend had raised, she had said originally when I was talking about getting a lawyer, she's like, Laura, go to your mom's social worker. That's her job. If you raise some kind of concern, she's supposed to investigate, blah, 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 whatever. She didn't even give my mother an alternative. Well, do you want to sit down with a lawyer and your sister, Marion, and me, Samantha? No, I'm afraid of my sister. And that's not a red flag to this social worker? She clearly has her head up her ass, people. I'm sorry, but she does. And I am going to leave her a message. What the fuck do I care? What the fuck do I care? I just want to get away from everything. But I'm in a rock and a hard place because I've spent a lot of money. I've paid the equivalent of rent here. I've also, I've made my mom's standard of living better, bought us really good healthy food. My mom dropped 30 pounds for my help, She's actually now trying not to lose any more weight. She's scared to gain, and then no one can help you with that, Mom. You have to learn what your own body. I don't have that problem, I know. I'm so sick of everything. You just can't even imagine how sick I am of everything. I'm just so sick of everything. Just never fucking ends. You understand that I had dropped it. I had dropped it, and then I told you, my mom meets this guy in the mental hospital, and he's on my side, 100% believes Marion, completely unethical and fighter, blah, blah, now he's up in his own problems, and it went by the wayside, fell by the wayside, okay? My mom's too wishy-washy. What did Ben say about your mom? He didn't use the word wishy-washy, she's very, I wish I remembered the word. It's a good word. A synonym, antonym, which one is the same for wishy-washy? She goes whichever the way of the wind or whatever. I can't take it. I really can't. I had given up. And my mom raised my hopes sky high again, and so did Ben, her nut house friend. That all rhymes, doesn't it? And then I'm reading all these comments, this woman, an ex-bachelor contestant, GS something, GIA, 29 years old, beautiful. Had the world ahead of her, had everything ahead of her. Doors opened up from her being on that show. She committed suicide recently, this week or something, recently. Everyone's asking why. Why'd she do it? You're never going to know, people. I don't think anyone will know. You're not going to know. People want to know. Couldn't she have someone to reach out to if she was in pain? She was beautiful. She was probably expected to never be in pain. What do you have any problems for? You're beautiful, What problems could you possibly have? I wish I had your life. See how people probably treated her? Who knows why she committed suicide? You're never going to know. She was a Christian to boot. That gets me. Christians who commit suicide get me because they supposedly believe that people who commit suicide go to hell. I don't understand any of it. I don't understand this life. I don't like this life. And my mom keeps fucking triggering me. Keeps